Minglabar and welcome to Myanmar Today. I am Henry Zin with the latest news and reports from around Myanmar. Dora Swizin brings us the first report on the discussion about the proposal of education loan. Looms coverage on a discussion by the Pidangsu Hluttaw on Committee on the Rights of the Child on the involvement of children in armed conflict. Williamson has the story on YCDC clarified on misunderstood kiosks to be set up. Agajo has the report on multilingual e-library to solve children's book scarcity. Before we get to the reports, let's take a look at the local news. President Woo Min hosted a state dinner in honor of the visiting President of the Republic of Korea, Moon Jae-in, and First Lady Kim Jong-suk at the Presidential Palace in Naypyidaw on Tuesday. The dinner was also attended by State Councillor Daw Aung San Suu Kyi, Vice President Woo Min Sui and his wife, Daw Kin Tat-tae, Vice President Woo Henry Van Theo and his wife, Dr. Shui Luan, union ministers and officials. At the dinner, the ROK president said that as a result of this visit, cooperation has been promoted between the two countries in agriculture, education, science and technologies, infrastructure and SMEs in support of development works implemented by the Myanmar president and the state councillor. Peacemaking efforts of Myanmar and the Korea Peninsula issue are related with both regional and global peace. This concept has been recognized at the Korea-ASEAN and Korea-Mekong dialogues. The Korea-ASEAN Summit and the Korea-Mekong Summit, which will be held in Busan in November, are expected to promote bilateral relations between the two countries. Floods brought on by torrential rain have damaged 9,897 acres of 81,523 acres of monsoon paddy cultivated in 4 townships of Myek District, including Danindai Township, in the current fiscal year, according to the Myek District Agriculture Department. The department has submitted a proposal to the regional government to provide paddy seeds to farmers in flood-hit areas so they can grow paddy on time. The assistant director of the Myek District Agriculture Department said some local farmers have planted 637 acres of paddy in flood-affected areas in Danindai Township and 57 acres in Myek Township under their own arrangements in August. An initiative that builds reading opportunities for children in Myanmar, Let's Read project, was officially launched in Yangon on Tuesday. It is the Asia Foundation's collaborative approach with Myanmar's Ministry of Information, Myanmar Library Association and local children's book publisher, Third Story Project. Let's Read is already accessible in 9 Asian countries through website and mobile app. It aims to overcome children's book scarcity in Asia, to foster publishing ecosystems and to inspire reading habits that help children, families and communities thrive. There is a high demand for reading materials in Myanmar, but only 44% of the nation's 53 million children have books in their home. The Asia Foundation's free digital library offers 2,300 books in 23 languages including Myanmar, Rakhine, Chin and Kachin, with plans to add additional titles and languages as the project grows. The Let's Read Myanmar collection includes stories written and illustrated by Myanmar book creators and translation of books created by Asia communities. In collaboration with Myanmar Library Association, Let's Read will be introduced to libraries across the country over the next 6 months, and editor and writer workshops will also be held to help develop local book creators' capacity. That's all with the local news, and we shall dive right into our first report. Myanmar Today representatives discussed the proposal of implementing a low-interest education loan to enable students to be able to obtain vocational training or higher education. Dora Swizin brings us the first coverage of the story.
The proposal about a low-interest education loan was discussed at the second Myanmar Today on its 13th regular session on Tuesday. On the 12th regular session of 2nd Myanmar Today meeting, Daw Tume of Rakhine State Constituency 11 submitted the proposal urging the government to plan and implement the low-interest education loan for the students to be able to access the vocational training or higher education. Education loan has already implemented in most of the developed countries, but paying system is different. In the proposal, it is mentioned that the student should be provided with education loan of low interest during the academic years, and they can pay it back with installments when they are employed. Some of the Myanmar representatives who've discussed about the proposal highlighted the problems of education loan which the developed countries are facing with because of complicated and high-risk system.
Both the government and private banks will have many risks to implement this education loan plan, such as less in job opportunities after graduating and resigning from schools before the course ends. In other developed countries, both the employment and employment of citizens is recorded in detail. We have to consider the requirement of such complete system in our country.
It is important to consider the circumstances of the nation's development and GDP in implementing the education loan plan. Moreover, it will need time to include all necessary elements systematically.
လက်ပြီးရန်ကုန်တိုင်းဒေသကြီးမဲဆက်နက်နဲ့မှတ်6မှာဒေါက်တာမောင်မောင်ဆွေးနွေးနေပါပြီတက္ကသိုလ်တက်ရမယ့်အချိန်မှာပဲပညာရေးစုံစမ်းတိုင်သွားတဲ့လူတွေလည်းအများကြီးရှိလို့နေပါတယ်ဒီလိုအခြေအနေဇိုးတွေကို
There are many youths in our country who cannot continue learning after the basic education because of financial difficulties. The government has the full responsibility to overcome these problems. Providing loan to the students who are in need is kind of investment in education. However, it is necessary to consider that the opportunities and solutions come to the actual persons in need. Therefore, it is essential to take time in forming the detailed plan.
In the present time, the Ministry of Education provides annual scholarship to the outstanding students with 100,000 kyats per month, and for the students from families with low income, 30,000 kyats is provided every month.
နိုင်ငံတော်အစိုးရအနေဖြင့်အစည်းအမြင့်တက္ကသိုလ်များသို့တက်ရောက်မယ်ငွေကြေးချိုးတက်ခက်ခဲသောကျောင်းသားများအတွက်လက်ရှိပညာသင်ဆု scholarship နဲ့
The government should increase both the quantities and the amount of the scholarships and stipends providing to the students from poor family backgrounds to continue higher education. I consider that this can help the education sector improve faster and in practical way before implementing the accurate education loan system.
The Myanmar representatives consider that the education loan system should not be implemented in rush, and it is crucial to perform it in the better situation of the country. The government and Ministry of Education are investing in education more and making changes as well. The infrastructures and high-standard curriculums are improved to assess the international level education. That's all for now. This is Dora Susan from MI Radio.
That's a report on the discussion about the proposal of education loan. And we're going to take a look at the weather conditions now. In Yangon, it's going to be dull and dreary, morning showers, then a heavy shower during the day. It's going to be mainly cloudy, a brief shower or two late at night. The daily outlook is around 28 degrees Celsius high, but it's going to feel like 34 degrees Celsius. There's 86% chance of rain for the day. Looking ahead, watch for a heavy thunderstorm Friday. In Naypyidaw, there's going to be considerable cloudiness, a shower or thunderstorm in the area during the day. There'll be considerable cloudiness, heavy showers tapering off at night. The daily outlook is around 31 degrees Celsius high, but it's going to feel like 37 degrees Celsius, 49% chance of rain for the day. In Mandalay, there's going to be considerable cloudiness, widely separated thunderstorms during the day. There'll be a thunderstorm in spots in the evening, otherwise considerable cloudiness at night. The daily outlook is around 33 degrees Celsius high, but it's going to feel like 40 degrees Celsius, 40% chance of rain for the day. Stay with us. Loom brings us a second report, and then we'll take a look at the stocks and currency exchange rates right after that. On Monday, the second time Bidang Zuluto 13th regular session, 19th day, took place in Naypyidaw. Following the session, the Bidang Zuluto representatives discussed the optional protocol to the UN Committee on the Rights of the Child on the Involvement of Children in Armed Conflict to be ratified by Myanmar. Loom gives us the details.
The second time Bidang Zuluto 13 regular session, 19th day, took place on Monday, September 2nd in Naypyidaw. Upon the letter sent by the President of Myanmar, the Bidang Zuluto representatives discussed the optional protocol to the UN Committee on the Rights of the Child (CRC) on the involvement of children in armed conflict (CRC-OPAC) to be ratified by Myanmar.
ပြည်ထောင်စုလွှတ်တော်အစည်းအဝေးမှာတက်ဆိုင်ရာပြည်ထောင်စုအဆင့်အဖွဲ့အစည်းဝန်ကလွှတ်တော်တို့ရှင်းလင်းတင်ပြခဲ့ပြီးဖြစ်ပါတယ်။အထက်ပါကိစ္စနဲ့ဆက်လင်းပြီးဆွေးနွေးဖို့အမည်ရှင်းပေးထားတဲ့လွှတ်တော်ကိုယ်စားလှယ်19ဦးရှိပါတယ်။ဒူဦးချင်းအနေနဲ့6မိနစ်အတွင်းဆွေးနွေးဖို့ဖြစ်ပါတယ်။
According to the UNCRC, there were two optional protocols added in 2000. The first optional protocol asked the governments to make sure children below the age of 18 are not forcibly recruited into their armed forces. The second optional protocol was to prohibit child prostitution, child pornography, and the sale of child slavery. In 2011, the third optional protocol was added to the UNCRC, which is enabling children whose rights have been violated to complain directly to the UN Committee on the Rights of the Child. Dodanda, Aingme constituency ALD region discussed CRC-OPAC by saying that Myanmar is the only country that is left in ASEAN which has not signed yet the third optional protocol of CRC-OPAC.
ဒါကြောင့်မြန်မာနိုင်ငံဟာ1991 August 15ရက်နေ့မှာ In 1991 August 15, Myanmar signed the first protocol of UN Committee on the Rights of the Child (CRC). After signing in 2 years in 1993, Child Rights Bill was enacted. There are 3 optional protocols of CRC. In 2012 January 16, Myanmar signed the second protocol of CRC prohibiting child prostitution, child pornography, and the sale of children into slavery. What we are talking about now is the third optional protocol called CRC-OPAC. We, Myanmar, are left the only country in ASEAN that has not signed the third optional protocol. In 1993, Myanmar Children's Rights Bill, the age of children were under 16 years old and youths were between 16 to 18 years old. However, according to new bill enacted in July 2019, the age of children is considered below the age of 18 years old. So it's relevant with CRC-OPAC. သက်18နှစ်အောက်ကလေးငယ်တွေကိုတသားအဖြစ်စုဆောင်းခြင်း
Dr. Dindin Win, Bago Region Constituency 5, agreed to the ratifying of the third optional protocol of CRC-OPAC by explaining children's basic rights that have been mentioned in CRC.
There are 4 basic rights for children. Those rights include the right to, number 1, life and survival, number 2, development, number 3, protection from violence, abuse, or neglect, number 4, participation at the society. The children from the armed conflict areas have been violated with those rights. At the following third optional protocol of CRC-OPAC, there are altogether 14 facts mentioned, which include first, the states will not recruit children under the age of 18 to send them to the battlefield. Second, states will not conscript soldiers below the age of 18. And third, states should take all possible measures to prevent such recruitment, including legislation to prohibit and criminalize the recruitment of children under 18 and involve them in hostilities.
Dr. Din Din Win, Bago Region Constituency 5, further highlighted that after ratifying the optional protocol of CRC or PAC, it's very important to advocate and educate the people of Myanmar to understand clearly what basic rights for children have been mentioned in CRC.
That's a report on the discussion by the Pidang Luto on Committee on the Rights of the Child on the involvement of children in armed conflict. Let's take a look at the currency rates from Myanmar Central Bank. $1 is at 1,531 Jats. 1 Chinese renminbi is at 213 Jats. 1 euro is at 1,676 Jats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,836 Jats. 1 Singapore dollar is at 1,099 Jats. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 362 Jats. 1 Thai baht is at 49 Jats, and the Indian rupee is at 21 Jats. Gold is trading at $1,544. Silver is at $19, and Brent crude oil is at $54. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI remains at 12,000. MTSH dropped 100 at 4,200. MCB remains at 8,400. FPB dropped 500 at 24,500. TMH remains at 3,050. You're with MI Radio's Myanmar Today. You can go to our website at miradio.com.mm and listen to our radio programs live on the website. If you're on FM, catch us on 96.1 FM in Yangon, 96.5 in Mandalay, and 96.7 in Naypyidaw. Or you can simply download MI Radio app on both iOS and Android devices so you can listen to our radio programs on the go very conveniently. Alright, let's move on to the next report. YCDC, which received the backlash recently from the public for its plan to set up kiosks at the bus stops in Yangon, clarified that the kiosk at the bus stop is only to provide bus service to the commuters as soon as YBS uses smart card system for revenue collection or bus fare. The kiosks will conveniently provide the top-up card for the smart card, and it will also give other useful service to the public. Willison's going to share more with us.
Recently, YCDC released its plan to build kiosks across Yangon in bus stops. But it also brought misunderstanding among the public that why will YCDC build booths at the bus stops when it opposes strict vendors in Yangon. However, YCDC, which held a press conference on 2nd of September, clarified that the plans of keeping kiosks doesn't have any intention to sell things like strict vendors. Speaking to the media, Umar Mongso, mayor of Yangon, said,
Very soon, we will start using smart cards while taking bus in Yangon. That smart card needs top-up card to recharge. For instance, if a person wants to take the bus from helping bus stop, but the top-up card for bus fare is sold in Minigo, that kind of system will not do any good for the public. This is the main reason why we decided to have kiosks at the bus stops. But it will not only sell the top-up card for bus. We can also put up some other telecom operators' top-up cards as well. Therefore, the purpose for plan to have kiosks at the bus stop is to be able to provide the needed top-up cards for the public conveniently.
One of the problems with YBS system now is every time a passenger takes the bus, he must first have note change before he gets on the bus. This is not convenient for some commuters, for those who take several buses every day. But YCDC, with the coming of smart card and kiosks, hope to solve this issue of getting note change before getting on the bus. Therefore, the plan to set up kiosks at the bus stops also aims to provide fast and convenient service to the public in using public transportation. YCDC also wants to bring the reality of digitalization in Yangon, where the public will no longer need to use paperwork but card for their daily transportation fares, and it will eventually help the government control the currency note. The ultimate goal is to be able to have cashless society. Therefore, YCDC sees kiosks as one of the most important steps in making the country digitalized as well. YCDC hopes that the public will eventually get used to kiosks in the future. Recently, YCDC has been receiving criticisms for its plan to bring kiosks at the bus stops, whereas YCDC doesn't allow illegal street vendors to operate on the roadsides. Mauso, speaking on this matter, also explains
Clearing street vendors and setting up kiosks at the bus stop are two different things. Because setting kiosks or booths aim only to provide top cut service for the public. This is not a shop or vendor. This is only for service. We've been given the pictures of setting up market at the bus stops. But what we can tell is that if we don't take a new step, the development will be slow. Here we need to make a decision whether to implement this plan or not. For me, as a mayor, we must carry on with this plan. But if the public are not in favor of kiosks, and then we will halt the project.
YCDC has been clearing street dogs for months and sent them to dog shelters. Clearing stray dogs from the street, YCDC also first started to catch the stray dogs in 4 townships as the first phase. The townships include Lamaro, Lata, Baberan, and Chaudhara. YCDC stated that in townships like Chaudhara and Baberan, there are very few dogs left to catch. But as the nature of dog is roaming place to place, it is not so easy to clear all the dogs in a short time. If there is a place without stray dog, dogs will come from somewhere and occupy that territory. Therefore, these are the reasons why YCDC is a little bit slow to catch all the stray dogs in these 4 townships. This is Williamson reporting for MI Radio.
That's a report on YCDC clarified on misunderstood kiosks to be set up. Well, here's our last report on multilingual e-library to solve children's book scarcity. The Asia Foundation, Ministry of Information and the Myanmar Library Association, local children's book publisher Third Story Project, came together to announce the launch of a project titled Let's Read Project at the Chatrium Hotel. Agajo has more information on the story. Take it away.
Free digital library for children books offered in 23 local and national languages was launched on Tuesday. Titled as the Let's Read Project, the Asia Foundation, the Ministry of Information, and Myanmar Library Association, local children's book publisher Third Story Project came together to announce the launch. It is noted that there is high demand for reading materials in Myanmar, but only 4% of the nation's 53 million population have books in their homes. It is claimed that the initiative is a collaborative approach to overcoming children's book scarcity in Asia. For more on how this free digital library can be accessed, the Asia Foundation's Manager of Special Projects Unit, Don Mickey Jomian said,
The
Let's Read project aims to not only bring more locally written and illustrated storybooks to children in Myanmar, but also to bring diverse networks of book creators and publishers together. The workshops and book labs for local writers, editors, and illustrators will be conducted to build capacity and enhance their skills.
There is high demand for reading materials in Myanmar, but only 4% of the nation's 53 million have books in their home. Storybooks have the power to provide each of these children with opportunities to thrive in their ever-evolving environment. The Asia Foundation's free digital library offers books in 23 languages, including Myanmar, Rakhine, Chin, and Kachin, with plans to add additional titles and languages as the project grows. Over the next 6 months, the Asia Foundation will continue to collaborate with Myanmar Library Association and other partners to introduce Let's Read to libraries across the country, host editor and writer workshops to help develop local book creators' capacity, and host 2 more translation events with local volunteers to adapt stories from the Let's Read library into local languages. For more on the effort to improve the child's literacy and reading in Myanmar, Dr. Tira Din, Deputy Director General of the Information and Public Relations Department, said,
In collaboration with the Ministry of Information, Ministry of Education, and the community and regional government, we have been organizing the Children's Literature Festival across the country. The festivals are organized with 3 objectives. The first objective is making the children happy. The Union Minister said, pairing fun moments with reading will instill positive connotations for the rest of their lives. The second objective is making children happy through literature, and the third objective is fostering the spirit of teamwork in children. The festival started in Naypyidaw since 2016, and now 9 editions across the states and regions have been held.
The Let's Read Myanmar collection includes brand new stories written and illustrated by book creators in Myanmar that celebrate diversity and inclusion. The collection also includes Girl Power in Myanmar, illustrated by local artists. With support from Myanmar Library Association and their volunteer networks, children can enjoy books created by Let's Read communities across Asia, translated in the Myanmar language. Experts also commented that Myanmar is one of the countries in Asia where children's books are scarce. Ko Tanzin So, educator as well as the children's book creator, gave his perspective.
We need to catch up with other countries when it comes to children's literature. We still need to catch up in publishing children's books in terms of quality and quantity. The reason behind this slow progress is the parents. Parents are not that very aware of the benefit that investing in their children's book or buying them books. And this is the only means through which children can get the books. Some parents say, like, the children's book contain lots of pictures but with just a bit of text, and they cost 1,500 kyats for this. Well, the parents need to be aware that their kids love many pictures, illustrations with fewer words. Another thing is, even if they are aware of this, many parents cannot afford the children's books.
One can access the Let's Read digital library website of the Asia's Foundation and download the contents for educational purpose. This is Agajo reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's all the reports we have for today. Now let's have a look around on the international landscape. Violent protests took place again on Hong Kong's streets on Saturday. In response, the Hong Kong police launched a clearance operation in accordance with local law. Well, that's all we have on Myanmar Today. Catch the show on MITV every evening, Monday to Friday at 8:30. You can also join me on MI Radio from 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m., 1 to 1:30 p.m., and from 7:30 to 8 in the evening. Don't forget to drop your comments and messages on our Facebook post. We'll be back with more news and reports. Thank you for joining us. I am Henry Zin. Have a great day, everyone.